Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before, and today it's another thing we've never watched before, because there is finally a teaser for the Fantastic Four First Steps. Now, I have seen the original Fantastic Four film. I didn't see the remake of the Fantastic Four film. And I'm really interested to see how this fits into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Of course, the Fantastic Four originally part of the Fox universe, same as Deadpool, same as X-Men, but that was obviously bought out relatively recently by Marvel/Disney. So all of that is now back in with Marvel. I think now the only thing that is kind of outstanding is I think Sony have still technically got the rights to Spider-Man. Apart from that, I think Marvel have purchased back all of their IPs, which they sold off before the boom in Marvel, before the boom in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when they were kind of struggling a little bit more to make ends meet. So they sold off some of their IPs. But yes, I've been looking forward to seeing how things fit in. So obviously we had a Deadpool versus Wolverine show us how Deadpool could work in sort of a Disney-fied setup. I was very worried about that, and how basically if Deadpool could exist in that space that he does, where he's an 18 plus kind of out there loose cannon of a character. And to be fair to Disney, they didn't pull any punches. It was very much a Deadpool film. From what I've seen from this, I mean, I say from what I've seen, I've not seen a lot. I've seen the poster that I'm sure everyone's seen, but the poster looks very sort of 1950s, 1960s. So I'm wondering if this is kind of in the past. Maybe something happens where the Fantastic Four get brought into the present day. There's a lot of timey-wimey stuff going on with you know, time travel and stuff gone on with recent Marvel stuff, so it really wouldn't put it past me. But this is only a minute and a half long. And if I know anything about Marvel, about half of that will be the title screen. So I'm not expecting that we'll get shown a lot about what's going to happen in the film during this. But what I thought it would be quite good to do is just take a look at whatever we do get. So this will be a short video. It probably won't reach anywhere close to, you know, the 8 to 10 minutes that I usually like to try and make my reaction videos. But let's take a look and see what the Fantastic Four First Steps has got in store for us.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what.
Yes, it's very 50s and 60s, isn't it? Maybe early 70s even.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah. It's kind of reminding me of Jetsons. That's what I'm getting from, you know, with the robot being there and the sort of how the house is shaped.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Okay, is this guy
It's a very cute robot.
I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5. Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben
Okay.
has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
So that's the origin of their
I am
powers.
Right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Oh, it's very old school. Oh.
As a family.
Oh, that was a Fantastic Four. Welcome to the family. Okay. I don't think there's a lot I can say about the storyline because we haven't seen a lot yet. It kind of it looks like it's not going to show their origin story, but it kind of explains what their origin story was, which is good. You know, we've had a lot of origin stories over the years. We don't need any more of them, unless it makes sense to do them. So yeah, that was quite interesting. We got our first look at Galactus, or the shadow of Galactus, slash the back of his bucket head. So that's interesting. I think from what I've seen so far, the casting looks pretty solid. Yeah, I think the casting looks pretty solid. What is interesting is I forget the guy's name. So Galactus is Ralph Ineson. Hang on, let me bring up his wiki. And I'll tell you how I know him, because he very much is not the person I expected to play a big bad in Marvel. So yeah, he's been in Game of Thrones, so that's pretty well known, obviously. Okay, I don't know where I know him from then. He's done a lot of like one episode roles of stuff that I've watched, so maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But I thought he was in like a longer series, but I couldn't remember the name of it. But I can't see it. But he's been in a lot of very famous stuff. He's been in Game of Thrones, he's been in Sherlock, he's been in Merlin, he's been in Waking the Dead, he's been in Waterloo Road, he's been in the IT Crowd, all of these things that I've watched over the years. But yeah, I really didn't expect it to be him to be the big bad in a twice rebooted Fantastic Four setup. However, overall, I thought the trailer looked very promising. It definitely looks like it's from the sort of 60s time period into early 70s. You know, the sort of colour schemes and the very sort of circular shapes. But as I mentioned, it kind of felt a bit Jetsons-y as well. So that's going to have a bit of nostalgia for people of my age group. It'll be interesting to see how, like I say, how this fits in the wider sort of theme of the next stage of Marvel, because they're not going to stay in the 60s and 70s forever, because we know that Galactus is the next big bad for the modern day heroes as well. So it'll be interesting to see how those worlds collide. But yeah, very interesting, and I'll definitely be seeing it. It's July the 25th. It's not very long to wait now. It's less than half a year. Well, it's not less than, it's almost exactly half a year. I'm just wishing the years by. No, it is less than half a year, because it'd be January the 25th, plus 6 months will be July the 25th. I'm just going to stop right there. I'm going to go see it, no matter if it's exactly less, more, or whatever than 6 months. I'm sure a lot of you will do too. But yeah, thank you very much for dropping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.